Today is Wednesday, January 7th. It's 8 a.m. So we're going to go over what I saw today, how I only lost a little bit of money, and let's jump into it. So, right off the bat, market open had a little bit of a pump, and then it just kind of sat there, at least for NQ. ES was a different story. So, up here at the top, we've had this 4-hour gap we've been rejecting off of. Well, at least we did a little bit. So Asia broke above it, rejected down. We broke above it, and then rejected down. We tried to do it again, rejected down one more time, and then fell all the way down. And so here we are again, approaching this 4-hour gap. And so this 4-hour gap was found on Friday, December 12th. And so I had it marked out only because there was never a candle close above. And so you can see this morning we are breaking above it. And currently we have 3 more hours until this is a confirmed candle close. So jumping over to market open on NQ. Last night, Asia session, we broke down, reclaiming some of this New York push-up. There was 2 15-minute gaps. There was one right here and one right here. This first one was kind of already filled by this wick right here. So we resulted in tapping into this one. We can see we tapped in, rejected, made in a second low, a higher low, and we broke back up from there. And so what this does is it allows the market to put in an SMT, create an MSS, and when market opened up this morning, it allowed it to kind of target Asia high. So boom, right off the bat, Asia high. There was also news this morning at 7. So 7, there was news at 5 and 7. So jumping back over at 5. Boom, right here, 5 and 5:15. Didn't really do much at 5, nor at 7. 7 right here. 7. I mean, we got like a wick right before and then right into it. But the majority of the move had already happened right here. So market open, we're at 6:30 right here. So market's open, and this whole week has been kind of chip chop, not really clear direction. So market's open, pre-market pump down. There's this 5-minute gap. It's not a huge one. I think it's like 32 points or something. 16 points on a 5-minute. It's nothing. 15-minute, there's no gap. So on the 5-minute, we pushed down at pre-market, and then coming into market open, we immediately shoot up after breaking above. So it's like, all right, market wants higher, market opens up, we're just breaking above. And so the other thing I had marked out was these 2 15-minute gaps as one. Why? Well, I had them marked out as one because there was this internal Asia high coinciding with the 15-minute gap, and there was another gap. So yes, this filled the gap, but it never broke through. So if price wanted to take out the high, it would have had to confirm this gap. And also if it wanted to break this high and go higher, it would have had to break this gap too. So I just marked this all out as one whole gap. So going back over to the 5-minute, we can see market opens, we pump up even higher, and we break through with strong buying pressure. So the best trade for today would have been the long right here, targeting Asia high for 35 points. Stop would have been right at the low right here, or right around 30 points. So whatever, something right there. I like to have my stops no shorter than 30 points. So that would have been TP1. TP1. And then again on the higher time frame, 15-minute, we can see that we have this Asia high. Boom, Asia high. Second Asia high. Hey. And again, remember, we have this 4-hour gap. So we would at least target right here, or this one, which is Asia high. And then from there, we can see that price is breaking above the 4-hour. It's wanting to take out, this previous high. It's not all-time high, because on the daily, we have a lot higher to go. So it's just relative high. But that would have been the best trade on NASDAQ, in my opinion. Seeing that we put in a higher low overnight, bouncing off of the 15-minute, SMT, we're starting to put in higher lows and higher highs, so trend is upward. 2 15-minute gaps as one, breaking above the one of the Asia's highs. Market opens, we break above that, so there's still more room to go higher. We target Asia high, and then that's TP1, so we would have moved our stop to break even, and then got ultimately stopped out, which sucks, but before then we would have already made some decent profits. Yeah, that's why this thing wicked down, to take people out. And so if you would have moved your stop right here to break even, boom, you would have gotten stopped out. Price action would have taken your liquidity, boom, to go higher. It sucks, but yeah. The trade I took, sorry, this is a long video. The trade that I ended up taking was on the 1-minute. So once I saw that price had broken above and was holding, there was a 15-minute gap right here. 15-minute gap right here. And this I had marked out for a rejection to the downside for a short. It would have looked something like this. Boom, short, targeting lows around 30 to 35 points. Boom, something like that, targeting right here. That's where I would have targeted. And what I saw on the smaller time frame was we were putting in higher lows, right? So we had this uptrend, and that coincides with the trade from earlier, right? We're breaking above these 15-minute gaps from over here. We're targeting the Asia high that's up over here. We haven't broken below this 15-minute gap that we put in off of open. And so what I see is that once we tapped down into the equilibrium of the 15-minute gap and broke back up, yes, we put in a higher low, but right here, again, we put in, a higher high, we put in another, lower high, we put in a higher low again. And so immediately right off of this, I thought, okay, let me take a long off of this 1-minute gap to target right here, and then higher, as I was already thinking about doing. So I did that. I put my stop, I think, below here or something like that, because that is a 30-point stop. So I put the stops there, targeted high. I believe it was something right up here. And then yeah, so I got it. So I got in. Price is moving good. It's moving in my direction. And what I did was I ended up getting in to profit. Bing bong bing, was in profit, and then I moved my stop. Or I think I even got in earlier because I was already predicting that price was going to break through this gap. So I was in profit, in profit, in profit, in profit, in profit, and then I moved my stop up to like down here, and I got like wicked out, which was super unfortunate. Should not have done that because clearly price wanted to take out the high, take out this high. We're clearly in an uptrend. It wanted to seek out the 4-hour gap, at least tap into it to then reject down. But, you know, stupid mistake on my part. I think I can show you real quick on X. Yeah. Okay, so preferences, show executions. 1 minute, I could even go 30-second. 30-second. Yeah, so I got in, what's that, 838 and 845. Yeah, it would be, okay, 838 and then 45. Okay, whatever, looks like that, but reversed. So basically I got in here and then got in here and then got stopped out because you can see price came up and then I got wicked out right here and then came up. That was on both TopStepX and Lucid. So it is what it is. On these 3 accounts, I got stopped out for $50 each because I was trading on my micros. I was being very careful. And then on my Lucid accounts, I think it was like $66 each, so not a lot. With that being said, I'm going to end the video because I am just rambling at this point. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, drop a like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next trade recap probably tomorrow. So deuces.